Hello? Hello. How's it going? Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to the stream. Slightly different today. It's still Sprint Cup. That's not changed. But what has changed is that I am riding solo, as Jason Derulo would say, today. Unfortunately, Sarah can't drive in this race today, so it is just me. Nothing like 90 minutes on the mountain with 30 other drivers. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. I'll flip over here. We're about 8 minutes away from the driver briefing, so you get to hear that soon. But we'll flip over and you can see what we got going on today. So like I said, 90 minutes at Bathurst, Mount Panorama, Butthurt, some people refer to it. On my own, so I'll drive Quali in both race stints. As usual, rolling start. We got 30-ish cars. There have been a couple of withdrawals from this race, but we'll see how many actually turn up and take part. And as usual, we are in ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione. Obviously, I'll have to do a tire change in the race, and because I am driving solo today, you will see right when the race starts, you're going to see that I'm being handed a 15-second penalty. That's going to be the penalty that's applied because I am a solo driver, which is, they do it to deter people from just driving solo for the whole season. And actually, if you consistently drive solo in the season, you can actually get disqualified from the series. So we don't want that. So yeah, you'll see that I get a 15-second penalty. That's not because I've done anything wrong. It's just because I'm on my own. So I'll flip you over to the game as it stands now, so you can take a look, see what's going on. There's not really a ton to take a look at, if I'm honest. It is cold and cloudy. Right now it's still fast track because it's like 9 in the morning in game. As you can see, Quali takes place at 11 in the morning in game, and then the race is at 1. So the conditions will be a little bit warmer. Not tons, but a little bit, which is always nice. There are some very fast times on the board. I'm suspecting a lot of them are Quali times. I went and ran a couple laps in my race trim. I'll just be totally transparent. My race pace and my Quali pace are not near what the top of the pack is, so anyone who's expecting a Quali time like Sarah would normally put down is going to be sorely disappointed. But it's also Bathurst, and it's the mountain, and it is always a race of attrition. And I figure if I can survive a crash that took out 75% of the grid and got the session red flagged, I can survive pretty much anything on this mountain, at least we hope. Knock on wood, hope I didn't jinx myself just then. Yeah, this is going to be a full race of attrition. There's always crashes. Lap 1 is always terrifying. The mountain is always terrifying. If you've never seen Bathurst before, let's see who's on the track that we can go follow. Oh, Denise is. Where's Denise? She's just heading up the mountain now. Bathurst is a track of bravery. You gotta be confident in the car, confident in your driving skills. But you can see there are already yellows aplenty all over, so yeah, it's gonna be a little hairy. So we've got the driver's briefing in like 4 minutes, and then after that, it'll be 20 minutes worth of qualifying, and then the usual 90-minute race, but we'll have 5 minutes before that. There she goes. Come on, Denise. Ooh. This is what I said about being brave. You gotta be so brave going down the mountain. Whee. It's really, really easy to hit the walls here, so that we're trying to avoid, if possible. Thank you, by the way, Kez. Appreciate that. I'm gonna do what I can. Do the best that I can. And we'll see what we can get out of it. This also is a really fun corner because there's not really a great braking marker. Like if those brake boards get taken out in lap 1, which always happens, trying to find your braking point is a little hairy sometimes. There she goes. She's putting a good time on the board, which got 2:04.54. Nice job. Oh, now you can see how badly I'm doing. We're just gonna slide up so no one else has to see that. It's cool. I already did my couple laps. It's kind of not worth going out right now because the track's not even the right temperature or the right conditions. So it's not really going to be representative of what it'll be like when we hit quali and when we hit the race. So we'll just stick like this. We'll just enjoy watching other cars go around. I think we're the only Lexus in the field today, which is interesting. A couple Nissans, like Denise. It's a good mix of cars, which is nice. I think it helps with the custom balance of performance that they put on. So if you remember from Endurance Cup, our car got some ballast on it. It got some extra weight. The Lexus so far in the first 3 rounds has had 0 ballast added, which is really, really nice to have a light-ish car. Well, lighter car. Quali's gonna be a scary thing. Because we can't just hit return to garage in qualifying, otherwise we get a qualifying ban, which we don't want. So it's going to be about trying to survive and giving myself enough space that if the car in front of me takes it in the wall, I'm not going to totally have my lap be compromised. But it's a little bit touch and go right now. It'll be interesting to just see how everybody else performs. Also, the pit lane entry on this is horrible. It's very twisty. I think Denise will go in the pits. Yeah, there we go. So if you watch, you gotta go huge left, then right, then left, then right, and oh, by the way, slow down. So you don't get a penalty. Crazy. Anyways, we'll go back to me. And I'm going to switch over to the driver briefing. Because it's that time. We'll get to listen in. Luckily they mute me. So I can keep talking to you until Michael steps in and starts talking. So we'll just chill for a second. I'm not gonna sing the song. That'd be a bad thing for me to do. Don't want to get a copyright strike because I sing the Jeopardy theme song. But you know. But it really is. Sing the Jeopardy theme to yourself while we wait. They're just waiting to make sure all the cars get into the pits before they start the driver briefing. We got one car in our split that's just sitting on the side of the track and hasn't returned to the garage. They better consider that soon, or they will get a qualifying ban, which is never fun. Taking their sweet old time. They really are taking their sweet old time. That car has not returned to the pits. It's just sitting there, just chilling. Not so far, Dad. No rain forecast, but I'm not counting anything out. I'm hoping not, because...
Hi everyone.
Well, we'll talk
Does
afterwards.
anybody know how to shut Brad up from the Pirelli pit bunker? Because he's driving me mad. Very good evening, everyone.
Turn off your audio,
and
Michael.
welcome to your driver's briefing for the third round of the SimGrid Sprint Cup. For the first time ever in this series at Mount Panorama. We'll be going into qualifying in about 8 or 9 minutes time. Qualifying session, as per usual, is 20 minutes long. Would like to remind drivers that during qualifying, if you do receive blue flags at any time, you must move out the way and allow the cars on their flying laps to come past. Blue flags in qualifying mean that your lap is invalidated, or perhaps you're on an out lap, so you must move out the way and allow those cars to come through. Oh, did I say Brad? I meant Chad. Sorry, bloody Chad from the pit bunker. Also in qualifying, remember that you cannot use return to garage unless you are in the pit lane, so you will need to drive your car back to the pits. Once it's safely inside the pit lane, then you can stop your car and use return to garage. Please do not use return to garage when you're out on the track. If you do, for whatever reason, need to use return to garage, for example, perhaps particularly here at Bathurst, for example, you may have a big crash somewhere on the mountain, for example, you may need to use return to garage. But if that happens, that's it. You're out. You're done for the qualifying, and you need to stay in the pit lane for the remainder of the session. If you do leave the pit lane, again, you will get disqualified. So if you know that you've broken the rules and you've had to use return to garage when you're out on track, then you know that that's not allowed, so you need to stay in the pit lane. Don't go getting yourself DQ'd just because you want to go out the pits again. Another thing quickly I just want to touch on with qualifying. We see, I've mentioned many times before that it's not very good to see all the cars queuing very slowly in the final sector as you end the initial out lap and begin your flying lap. It is important that you try and give yourself space. It's a long track here. There's only 30 odd cars on the grid, so there's plenty of room available. But one thing I do see happening a lot, and they think they're actually doing the right thing, but actually they're causing the part of the problem as well, is cars overtaking each other on the outlet when people are going slow. Every single time you overtake somebody who's going slow to create a space, every time you overtake them, you're going into the space that they're trying to make. And that causes them to slow up even more. And then the car behind them overtakes. And then again, the same process just keeps going on and on and on. Make your own space, and please stop overtaking other people and going into the space that they are making. Make your own rather than taking other people's. All you're doing is actually contributing to the problem that everybody hates. After qualifying, all the cars will then go on the grid. As usual, it's 5 minutes to prepare and set up your car, then a full formation lap off the track, and then we go green flag, rolling start for the 1 hour and 30 minutes race. Reminded that there is a pit window, of course, where you have to take your mandatory pit stop, where you have to do your mandatory tyre change and your driver swap. That pit window will open 40 minutes into the race and close with 40 minutes remaining. 10-minute pit window halfway through the race. Remember also, for those of you who are driving solo tonight, there are a few of you across the whole competition racing solo. You will be given a 15-second time penalty early on in the race. So if you're confused what that's for, remember that 15-second penalty is because you're driving solo tonight. So those will be issued out shortly after the green flag. Just two final things really. Bathurst, we know this is a track where, death happens with the walls, the climb up the mountain, the descent back down. You're getting so close to the walls. All it takes is a tiny little error, and it can result in a big crash. So please, especially at the start when everybody's all grouped up together, take care through those first few laps. Just get yourself up and down that mountain safely. it's not really the best pace to overtake at any time, really, through the mountain, unless you're very, very confident and you trust the driver you're battling with. Just take it very easy at the start. Really common at the start of the race that we see, particularly going into turn 2, just the right-hander after the mountain straight, cars trying to dive down the inside and things. It's not a safe place to do it, nor is it a safe time to do it. So be smart. We see this track is notorious for its big crashes, but drive with your brain tonight, everyone. Pay attention to yellow flags. Use your spotter, for those of you who want solo. Use your spotter to help you, especially when if you get reports of yellow flag in sector 2, that is somewhere either. That sector 2 begins pretty much at the cutting and ends not long after Forest Elbow. So anywhere on the mountain, the climb or the descent, that is sector 2. So if you hear yellow flags in sector 2, you know the entire track could well be blocked if someone's lost it in Skyline or something. So pay attention to your flags. Also remember that you do need to record your telemetry. Everyone across all 4 splits needs to record telemetry. So I advise you go on your setup page now and do that before you forget. Make sure quali and race telemetry is recorded. In split 1, the top 3 in qualifying and the top 3 in the race must send their telemetry directly to me, and also 3 other cars from any position or any split will be chosen at random to provide their telemetry after the race. So when the race is done tonight, make sure you pay attention to Discord. Make sure that you pay attention to those announcements, because you may well be somebody that's chosen to provide their telemetry. Let's have a great race tonight. Bathurst is always one full of excitement and drama. Hope to see some great racing. We have seen some fantastic racing already so far this season. And let's get down to it. 2 minutes to qualifying. Thanks everyone for listening. Let's have some good fun, and I'll speak to you soon.
And we're back. And we'll go back to there. Alrighty. So it's 2 minutes to quali. I'm not nervous at all. Not at all. Yeah, just finishing that. Dad, there's no rain currently forecast, but again, we can only see 30 minutes ahead, so the game's about to jump 2 hours ahead and then jump another 2 hours after quali, so it could stay like this. It could go pear-shaped and get really rainy. I'm hoping we won't get rain, though the Lexus is good in the rain, but if I'm honest, I haven't done a ton of practicing in here, and by a ton of practicing, I mean I haven't done any, so that could be interesting. I just noticed we don't have Verena and Kirk. We've only got one of our fellow MFR cars. I wonder what happened there. Cheers, guys. We'll see what we can do. This is car 311 in the in-game chat, who is appealing. They didn't return to the garage, so they got disqualified from quali. Except that they weren't totally... It was more a case of they couldn't get back because they were having some keyboard issues. So it'll be interesting to see if the if race control will reverse that ban or if they'll be there. All right, it's time. Let's get going. Get ourselves some fresh tires. Make sure we're good on tires. And get the heck out of Dodge, because it's going to be busy. It's a cold track right now, so hopefully once everybody does their first couple, let's let those two go. Cool, thanks. We'll go in there. Wouldn't want to get in trouble for, like, ghosting. If he goes through in the pit lane and you cause any kind of gain, like you gain a position on another car, you can get a penalty for that. So we try to not. Goes through when we can. Might as well get a bit of a gap between the other cars that we'll keep an eye. Everybody's trying to back it up so that they've got a gap, but we already have a car. And herein lies the problem. Also, when driving solo, Bathurst solo isn't great because you kind of need the spotter, especially when there's crashes on the mountain, to be able to tell me like, oh, I need to stay to the right, I need to go left, whatever, whatever. Oh, but he needs to like speed himself up, otherwise we're gonna have ice cold tires by the time we get going, which we don't really want. So hopefully he can pick the pace up. Because I would like tires that are of a reasonable-ish temperature, because right now they are cold. These are not ideal tires to be driving on. Just got a little bit of heat back. Oh, this is a Rudy. Holy mother of crap. Yeah, that wasn't purposeful. That was because you slammed on your brakes, bud. Come on. Wow. That was... Here we go. We have an F1 queue. Great. Let's all hold each other up. So that no one gets a good getaway. Whatever. That was fun. Ooh. It's not gonna be a great time in the board for the first one, but that's okay. At least we'll have a time on the board, that's what matters. one. We don't know where the yellow flag is.
There's a slow car up ahead.
There it is. Try and skip in that slipstream. Help me along, help me along.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Some people don't know how to pay attention to blue flags.
Well done, mate. Cross the west.
Yeah. Those tires are still cold. At least the track's optimum finally, which is nice.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Whee! That was a bit slipslidey for my liking. Oh my goodness, we're so close to Denise. honestly not going to be too much more fussed about that at this point, because I also really want to protect myself, since I'm going to have to do quite a bit of driving, and there's no chance I'm going to catch the car ahead. We'll in-lap on this.
There's a slow car ahead.
And we can just chill for a few minutes, make sure we got the race setup loaded. I really don't know what to do about the tires, because thank you. It's a bit of a scary place to be going slow. This is when I would hope that you would have your indicators mapped, because then you could map your flashers. Hopefully a lot of crap just go past me, because we're gonna have problems anyways. So I'll take the damage in the car. It's fine, we're pitting anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Just really would prefer the cars didn't get up all of my business right there. Especially in qualifying, there's no need for that. Nice job, Denise. Denise improved her time. Ah, it's Tom who's next. But I'm just gonna in-lap because it's not worth me stressing out trying to improve. Because I would love to, but I'd rather save my energy for the race, honestly, than just go past all the cars once they hello. How about I actually stay? This is why I hate this pit entry, because I miss it. Try not to get a penalty. Okay, cool. Alright. Now we can return to garage. Where did Denise get up to? 13th! Yes, Denise! That's awesome. I don't think that this is real. I think that Tom's gonna go a lot faster. Boy, my pace is slow compared to everybody else. Oh well. Not a lot I can do about it at this point. Hey, Dabo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm nervous for me already as well. But, you know, all we can do is just drive it and we'll see what happens and see if we can stay out of trouble, fingers crossed. That's, you know, always good. I'm just watching the Discord chat to see how upset people are. Everybody's all complaining about who tried to overtake who in quali and who is in whose way and on and on and on and on. At least the track got a little bit warmer. My tires did not, though. But it's tough to gauge it because it's a lot colder than it was when we were practicing. So I'm gonna go with what I have for the race and we'll just see where we net out. It's not the right one. How about I load the correct race setup? Oopsies. There we go. Make sure I got the right one set up. Start that. And yes, I do have wet tire options just in case stuff falls apart at any point in time. We're gonna go with this and we'll see where we land. Let's go see how everybody else is doing. Tom's made some good gains. Denise is doing awesome. So impressed with Denise. Right on board with her for a little bit. What was our fastest time in this split? 2:0 flat. Yeah, kind of not surprised about the fast times, but To be honest, the Lexus is never going to be the fastest on any of these tracks, but it's one we're feeling good and feeling comfortable with, so... Goodness gracious, that woman is putting in laps. 2:02.5. Come through, Denise. So impressive. Pick up tips where I can. She's got a car ahead of her who's on blue flags, so either they're on an outlap, they are on an outlap. So technically they're supposed to give way to Denise. There we go. Yeah, you can be rewarded on the mountain if you're brave, but you can also have your lap and car completely destroyed. You can end up driving down this mountain on 2 wheels and not the front 2 wheels. Or you can end up like poor Deb, our friend at Andy the Lab, who ended up sliding down this part of the mountain on her roof in one of the races after a particularly nasty crash. So we don't want that. Keep the car alive, keep it in one piece, keep it on the track. I'll be a happy camper. Honestly, it's going to be bananas at the front for the start of the race. It's not going to be a chill, we all make it through in one piece. The only thing we've got going for us right now is at least it's happening during the day, so we have a little bit more sunlight. That crash I was talking about before, that was the GT World Challenge America race. And I was in the GT4 class. It was a multi-class race. And we got around this corner okay, for the most part. The entire field that was like 45 cars. And then somewhere around here, everything fell apart, and 75% of the grid was involved in the wreck. And they had to red flag the race and restart it because it was just way too dangerous, and there were too many cars that had, it's sometimes known as the meatball. It's when you get the black and orange flag, which is your car is beyond undrivable. You have to get back to the garage now. So I'm really hoping it won't be like that, but I'm also acutely aware that this is the time for me to use my accident avoidance skills and my driving up from the back of the pack skills and avoid getting collected and avoid making friends with the walls. And we'll see where it all nets out in the end. Just gonna double check that I did put fuel in my car. I have race fuel. I have fuel for, I'm just gonna, I'm an anxious passenger that doesn't want to not have enough fuel. Better safe than stuck without wheels. If you're stuck without fuel, don't want to be that kid. Make sure all the straps are using the right brake pads. You know, all the usuals. In the nervous, panicky, let's make it through alive. Alright, we're gonna go back to me. So we're starting P24, so we're starting in the evens, which means we're gonna start on the right side of the track, which actually isn't a bad thing because then we're on the outside for turn 1. And we can get a good run, hopefully, on the inside into turn 2 at the cutting. Or at minimum, at least try to get over the left so that we don't get collected in the corner. But they're just finishing, so once those cars have finished their laps, or we run out of time, whichever comes first, we'll forward to the race session, and then we'll have a 5-minute timeout. Just to make sure we have our setups, that we've got everything loaded. You know, stretch, comfort break, the usual. I'm going to keep an eye on this 311 Maka because I know in practice he was fast, so I suspect he's going to want to move forward very quickly because he was having some technical issues apparently. Nope, now we're starting on the left. Oh, we're starting on the left. Well, we're going to try and keep the car alive. Fingers crossed. Good job, Denise, though. P17, that's awesome. We'll take what we can get. We're just happy to be on the track. Happy to be driving. Remembering that I enjoy driving Bathurst, because I do. Let's keep an eye out. And hopefully stay alive for the next hour and a half. But now we wait. We gotta wait for them, for the game to forward it to the next session, which is why we're just sitting here. Doing nothing. Just chilling. Hurry up. Thank you so much. We will do the best we can. Definitely all about the HF have fun. Okay, I cannot tell a lie. When the session sits like this in the session is ended screen, I always have just like at the smallest panic attack every once in a while that goes, uh-oh, have I disconnected? Can I still get on the server? Why is it not letting me? What's going on? And then that calms down. But yeah, sometimes I'll get that little flutter of panic coming through. Going, is everybody else seeing this? And I'll like return to garage just to make sure. There we go. So, we've got our race setup loaded. We've got some time. So I'm just gonna step away for a couple seconds. I'll be right back. You can listen to some lovely chill music in that time, and then we'll be ready to go. Okie dokie, I'm back. Get that back in there. Now we will get ready. Just under a minute. So we'll just breathe and, you know, chill. We got this. It's really just a survive and drive. Drive to survive. Keep the car on the track. Especially considering where we're starting on the grid. Starting on that left side is a little bit sketchy, if I'm honest. So we'll just try and keep it together. Alright, time to hit this drive so that we don't get in trouble. Here we go, y'all.
20 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Get me out of there. Come on. There we go. And we're going to add just a little bit more of our electronics friends to keep us together. Because we really don't want to be crashing off the track before we've even started, and we know that we're going to have cold tires, so we just gotta wait for all the cars. This is the problem, is the tires are going to get so cold. Now, the key in this, if you've not watched a race in Assetto Corsa before, is that you can ghost through other cars, so that is a very real thing. But, so you have to stay in this little green box in the grid, and you can ghost other cars. But if you, for example, bin it in the wall, any damage you incur, that is very real damage. So you run into this really tough situation where you're trying to worm everything. So we're going to try and just run the engine on some higher revs and get everything to warm up. Come on. I know we're all scared, but let's try and keep some heat in our tires, please. Problem is you start ghosting through these cars when you're going up the mountain, and it gets a little sketchy. Gotta be just very, very careful around here. Like, as badly as we want to have tire heat, we also run the very major risk that we could hit a wall in this section and just have horrific damage that we have to then try and deal with. So this is where everyone's tires are going to go, because everybody is slowing down because they don't want to run into the wall, which makes sense. The problem, though, is, as you can see, I've now fallen out of that green bit and I'm now into yellow and red. If I get into red, I get 30 seconds to get back up there, or I get to start the race from the pit lane, which shockingly not interested in. And since I am sans a teammate today, I may be a little less talkative than usual, just because I'm gonna need to really concentrate and make sure that we can get through this. Get heavens, it's cold. Trying to get some heat in the tires. I'm not getting too crazy on this because it's going to concertina in about 2.5 seconds when everybody gets up here. See? Ooh, let's not do that on the first lap, hey? Maybe we won't do that. That's not a great idea.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on
Bad
the
start for me.
right. Clear on the right.
Ooh.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Got a W. Oh,
Slow
we've got
car ahead.
carnage. Whee. Oh dear.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Well, that was fun. Said no one ever. Ooh, frick.
Light to the front of the car.
That's cool. Well, all we can do is just keep driving and see where we net out. Ooh, 15 seconds of damage, that's not great. But we're only in lap 1, so we kind of are stuck. We'll see how bad our pace gets. That was one of those, couldn't really go anywhere. Right position. Wanna go side by side? We'll go side by side.
Car on the left.
That was cheeky.
Clear on the left.
Unimpressed with that car, but whatever. Just settle in and see what kind of pace we can find. It's a real shame because we're doing well there, but ooh, collision on the mountain, that's not good. I gotta watch that.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out. Slow car ahead.
There's 2 of them.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
Whee! There's my penalty. Knew that was coming.
There's a slow car ahead.
which means my pit stop is going to really hurt because we're going to have 15 seconds of damage and 15 seconds of penalty. Fun times.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Yeah, sometimes those slow cars are because they're going to the pits, but
Well done, mate. This is me, your Russell West.
come on. That 311, that was the car that got disqualified earlier. I think they're having peripheral issues because they got disqualified because they said they were having some keyboard issues. And they've been sat on the straight. They were sitting on the straight for quite a while. They're back out now, but yeah. Lovely shortcut, but it's better than having a car in the ditch. Can't go as full on as I wouldn't do normally because we are carrying significant damage, but I'd like to keep a fairly decent gap to the cars that are behind us. Keep saying we like the royal we. I would. Ooh, we've had a lot of people leave already. Lots of retirements.
Well done, mate. Russell fastest lap.
I wonder what happened to Florian. He was quite fast in his quali stints, so that's interesting. I'll have to be just a little bit careful because he'll want to unlap himself quickly. Gotta be careful there that I don't lock the tires because that's a one-way ticket to... Hello, Florian. You're not gonna pass me in the mountain. It's not happening, sir. You might as well just wait for the straight. Don't try anything stupid, bud. We'll have some words afterwards. Oh, bud, for real though? This is the easiest way to do it so that you don't hit someone. to worry about them anymore, so... Just focus on our laps. That's all we can do. Didn't realize the hood was bouncing up and down until just now. Well done, Marin. It's gonna be a pretty lonely race today, it looks like. Okay, if lonely means I'm intact and I survive the race, then I'm fine with lonely. We would just like to build a gap if we can, which is a little tough when we're carrying damage, but crash on the mountain.
There's a slow car ahead.
Slow car.
Slow car ahead.
Oh dear.
Yellow flag, be careful.
That Ferrari has had a lot of problems so far.
By the way, pass the best. Yellow flag ahead, watch out.
Whew. Hi everyone, I can't see the chat right now, but hi nonetheless. Hi, stay. Apparently I didn't want to hit that apex. This Lexus locks up really easily, so I gotta be careful that I'm not. Being too crazy on the brakes, otherwise we could end up somewhere we don't want to. Come on. Sorry, it's a little boring right now, friends. And in case you're wondering why I haven't pitted considering incurring 14 seconds of damage, there's a pit window that opens halfway through the race, and you have to take your pit stop in that window. So I run the risk of then I already have a 15-second penalty I'm going to have to take, and now I have to take another 45 seconds to fix everything. So I'm just going to try to cut my losses, hopefully not lose too much pace. So the cars that I know behind me for position have pitted and repaired damage and got fresh tires, etc. But I'm going to try and just do what I can do with what I've got right now, and then take my pit stop when I need to. And actually the nice thing about it being kind of a lonely race is that if I can limit the chances I have of getting collected in something, that's a good thing. I wish I had fun facts for you, or like random facts, but I've got nothing. And I'm very quiet right now, I've just noticed, so sorry about that. These tires are cold, cold, cold. I'm gonna have to be adding, I think. I have to say I'm shocked that that 150 board is still there, because normally those boards are gone in the first lap, so I'm shocked that they're still there.
Yellow flag is active. Gaining on the car that is active.
Come on, car. Oh, right at the start of the mountain. Yikes on bikes. Oh, we'll keep our eye out.
Yellow flag there. Watch out.
Especially because there's a few cars up there, which concerns me ever so slightly, so we're going to just be a little bit cautious around here because we don't know what we're going to encounter. Ooh, that's that 311 McLaren. I wonder if they're having keyboard problems again. Hopefully not. The fact that they're still sitting there is a little bit concerning. Oh, they've just returned to garage. They must have had computer issues. That sucks. And yes, we're gonna have a fight for position shortly, but we're definitely pumping up these tires though, because these are very cold. I need them to have a little bit more heat in them. Yeah, the rates need some love. Okay, going up the mountain. And the cars are just dropping off. We started with 28 and now we're at 22 and we've only done a half hour. Wow, that lost another one. I would never wish ill will on anyone, but if we lose one more car, I'm guaranteed a point. 1 point! I could pull a total George Russell and get my first point score of the season. I'd be okay with that. Alright, battle coming up. Which I knew was coming. Alright, so we got about 18 minutes left until we get the pit window opening. We're definitely pumping up the tires because they are... Nope. Probably gonna lose that position really quickly. I see an inside move coming.
Car on the left.
Okay, I know I don't have tires available, so it's not really worth me trying. I mean, I'm gonna give him a go. I'm not just gonna hand it over. Let's get some slipstream. Come on, little Lexus. I'd like to put the throttle down a little bit more. Unlike the straight and the mountain, but on the other 16 hands, I'd also like to keep the car in one piece until the pit window opens. That would be really wicked if we could keep it together. little extra lawn mowing for fun. They're all going to catch me quite quickly because their pace is a lot faster than mine, just because I'm carrying 15 seconds of damage. But it is what it is. So all I can do is keep driving my laps, and we'll see what we get. Hopefully, as I start to shed some fuel, and gain a little bit of our pace back, because we'll be on a little lower fuel tank. Curve can be a little scary every once in a while. Right. 13-ish minutes. Set up a pit strat where I had all the tires increased by 1, so it saves me having to hurting in the higher revs right now, but I did just notice the 2 cars behind me that I'm fighting for position for are fighting each other, so there's always every chance that they either have a little coming together or they compromise each other's laps because they're fighting. We'll see. Brakes are starting to go. And by brakes I meant tires, of course. I just don't have a brain right now. Oops. Come on. Oh, one of them broke away. Alright, 10 minutes. And I will be undercutting because I've got so much damage that we need to fix. And for the mountain, it's not worth going, oh, I'll just drive with the damage, because you can already see where my pace is, and my pace in practice was seconds faster than this, so this is not my ideal pace, but it's keeping us alive for as long as we need to stay alive. There's been a little something going on there. Oh, one of the cars has fallen off. I want to be partially ready for the pit stop so that we're not going to run into having to update 78 settings at the same time. Curious to know where Denise and Evan have netted out. Hopefully they had a good race start. Same with Tom. We've also got the lead pack coming up, so we'll have to watch out for them, because we will be handed blue flags. I'm just hoping that they will be smart and respectful and will be able to do that at a place that makes sense, like the straight, not down the mountain. Looks like there's enough of a gap between P1 and P2 that we can probably, hopefully they'll get away with that they won't be trying silly things because they're, you know, 2 tenths away from each other. We'll just take that track cut. That's going to cost us a position. No time gained, hey! The problem is that car in P17 is not going to be able to catch us, but hey-ho. It was either that or find the wall, which I didn't want to do, so. I have a sneaking suspicion we will come out in P21 by the time we make it out of the pit stops. Well, maybe P20, depends on how many laps down that other car is, but I'm also a bit of an idiot because I forgot to turn my fan on. At least I'm gonna have some time to do that. I can like stretch, check my email, you know. Do it all. Oh, here comes P1. So we'll just have to watch that really carefully because we don't want to get in trouble for that. Nor do we want to be the car that takes out the leader. Wider than we wanted. Fun, we're gonna get blue flags on the mountain. Never fun. Let's just make it down in one piece. Yeah, I know. And I'm gonna get out of his way in a second. I'm giving you the wide line. There you go. slipstream if we can. We've got P2 right behind us, and P3 very close behind that. I do kind of wish when Taya did her Enduro series,
Watch out.
the rule was that you weren't allowed to pass on the mountain. Oh, you better put your foot down, bud. Come on, P2. Put your foot down. I'm just letting you both go by, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Thank you. I know that's going to cost me a couple positions, but they're fighting each other. They're within a tenth of each other, and if I get in that way, it's not going to work out well for any of us. And yes, it means fight for position again, that we are not going to win because we don't have the base, but that's okay. There's our fight for position. Just gotta get a good slipstream.
Losing to the car ahead is 71. Car on the left.
Let's go straight lines, be about drag race.
Clear on the left.
Ooh, sandwich. Position sandwich. That's okay. We're not gonna get the pit window on this lap, but we should get it on the next lap, which would be nice. Because we could use it, because the tires are going.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I was still on track, bud, so I still have the right to the corner. Good try, though. We timed it just wrong, unfortunately.
Car on the right. Faster car is approaching. Watch out. Clear on the right.
That was cool. 269 will be getting reported, lap 18. open in 10 seconds, so we're gonna we might put one extra clip in our front right because it's looking a little low still.
Window is open.
We're not going to do that on the mountain. Give that a little bit more love. Hey, we didn't get a penalty, yay. And we're just going to reset our audio engine for 2 seconds. So you might hear a little loss of audio. I'll be right back. There we go. Sometimes it gets a little funky, so... Alright. I got a minute to go. We're going to pump that back up. And we're making a note. It was car 269 on lap 18 at the chase. We'll go back and look at the replay after that, and we might appeal that. Whew. Well, that was a fun first 4 or 5 minutes. Holy diners. Alright. We can do this. Denise is in 11th. Nice work, Denise. Alright, here we go. Grab a quick little drink. Not too big of a pack that I'm getting into, so that's good.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Let's go, 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 go.
The one nice thing about this is I don't have to worry about checking whether I got my mirrors, because I'm the only one driving. So that's kind of nice. Whoopsies. Hello, cold brakes. Let's keep it on the track. Keep it on the track. Alright, we got P1 coming up behind us. We'll need to be careful for him. Never want to take out the leader. Fortunately, everybody got ahead of me in the pit lane, which sucks, so we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, which sucks even more because we're a lap down from the car ahead of us. So, forgot to turn my fan again. I have to do that.
We're at the halfway mark, still a way to go.
There we go. Oof, that fan is so much nicer. Oh, we've lost another car. Oh, we are going to have a Williams position. I'm going to be guaranteed a point, at least 1 point. Which is insanely exciting. We've been pointsless for the first 2 rounds. Top 20 get points. We finished P21 in the first race and P23 in the second. So we were very close, but not quite close enough. So anytime, tires, anytime. We're getting there. There we go. P10 behind us, who's not pitted. Oh, has pitted, so.
Faster car coming up behind you. Well on way, cross on fastest lap.
Not sure if P10 is trying to get out of the slipstream or what's going on. Well, you took your sweet old time, and I don't feel safe passing, letting overtakes happen in this part of the mountain, so you are just gonna have to wait, sir. This is not F1 blue flag rules if you've never watched an ACC race before.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. There's a slow car ahead.
Alright, we got a slow car we need to watch out for. I don't see it listed anywhere, so I'm not quite sure where it is, but alright, let's get some slipstream. Please pull my car along.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Oh, the 666. No comment. Okay, they were gonna blue flag me, but they've slowed down, so I don't know what's going on there, but oh well. I think they're on their outlet. if you didn't get your pit stop done and you didn't do what was mandatory in the pit stop, you get a 130-second penalty, which is the harshest penalty the game can apply. Don't poop the wall, don't poop the wall. That was very close to pooping the wall. We just got our damage fixed. We don't want to have it back again already. That's really... no.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Couldn't brake in time. And that is the safest way if you ever get stuck there, is to go along the side, along the wall, because then you will slow the car down and not get slingshotted back on. Whee! Apparently I didn't want to stay on the track. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now we're in 19 cars, jeez. I told you it was a war of attrition, did I not? Example A. I'm really getting some pace in this bad boy. Ooh, until we nearly bin it. Let's hold that together. Whee! Whoopsies. Finally get some pace and I lose it all. Dang it. Focus, concentrate, Baron, come on. Sorry for being so silent, y'all. My driving, talking, entertaining, multitasking skills aren't quite there yet. Especially on this track. Lexus does have some good straight line speed, I do have to say.
Falling behind the car in front in second two. Well done, mate. Fastest stop so far.
Alright, we got P9 behind us, but they're fighting each other, so we should be okay for a little bit. Hopefully. Whee! So we do that today. Not my greatest exit out of that, but that's okay. Woo. Oh, oh, get a little boop to the wall. It's okay. Probably gonna get a track cut warning now. Yeah, that's good. I don't understand the damage on this game. I really don't. I don't know how I got 17 seconds from that little teeny tiny bump, but whatever. It's on the side, so we should be okay. The other stuff before was on the back, which is a little bit more dangerous because that's all my arrow gone. Alright, 32 minutes to go. We can do this. Good news is we are guaranteed a point. Little boop. Hear those tires locking up, which isn't good. It's okay. I'd really like if we could go through the timing screens though for one. Alright, blue flag car coming up. I don't know how I reached the track limits there, but wait, okay.
Behind you. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Faster car coming up behind you. Clear on the left.
They're fighting for position, so I can't really get myself stuck in the middle of that. Ooh, will try to see if we can get a slipstream. Even a little bit would be great. Ooh, he's gearing up for move. Alright, under the half-hour mark. Let's go. I think there was a changing of positions just there between those two cars. Those tires are not going to be in a good position at the end. Sorry, tires. Just gotta survive another 28 minutes. Okay, good things we know, because I can see P19 down there. P19 is at least one lap down, so we will not finish in last place. So that's encouraging. And I think that pack's getting closer to the car that we're fighting for position for, so hopefully they might hold them up a little bit so we can catch up, make up some ground for the time that we lost when we thought going into the wall was a great life choice. Spoiler alert, it was not. Ten, 11 are behind us again, or now behind us now. Fighting for position though, very, very close, so. Come on. Car on track, car on track, car on track. Alright. Put the car on the track. Put the car on the track here. Don't boop the wall, don't boop the wall. Get out of that corner. Whoosh. Feel that damage just a little bit in those corners. Also, I need to learn to pick the corner better. That would probably help. Let's go. Do what we can. Like I said, 26 more minutes. Just bringing her home. Very sad that Sarah couldn't drive today, because I know she loves this track, like loves this track. So I told her we'll have to find another race at the mountain so that we can race like we were going to. Boy, these conditions are crappy. I guess the good news is it's not raining. Usually when there's someone else doing quali, I can check on the Discord and see what everybody's saying about the weather and which splits might have rain, but didn't have time to do that today given I was on my own. That's a little aero fun. Might be because it's losing its dropping fuel and has some damage. It's a little bit snappier than I was planning to make it. I think we timed this okay fuel-wise. I think. Fingers crossed. Ooh, she's a little swingy. Seconds. Yeah, don't think we're gonna catch P16. Oh, that's 45. My bad. Yeah, we're definitely not catching P16. We'll just drive and do what we can do. It really does look like it could chuck it down at any point in time, which is kind of terrifying, but I know it's not going to because the forecast widget down on the right says nothing but clouds for the next half hour, so that's good because that would be cruel and unusual punishment to make it rain with 20 minutes to go on the race. I can just keep it close to that 2057, I'd be happy. Well, we got Evan coming up behind us. That's Denise's teammate, so I'll just keep an eye on that. And make sure we can find a safe place for him to be able to get by without compromising our lap. That was always the goal. Make it safe without destroying your race. Lap we needed. That was not what we needed. It's okay. Soft. Let's go. Seconds. Alright, this is gonna be close, so we're gonna find Evan, so we gotta be careful. feeling Evan's gonna find me in T1. Get around the corner. Yes, there he is. Ooh, didn't want to take that wide. Cool.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
That's to let Evan know that I am gonna stay this side so he can use the slipstream. Use the slipstream, Evan. Come on.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Now the car in P19 is wanting to unlap himself, which... This is not going to be good. I'm not letting you pass here, bud. Don't even. You have no entitlement to that. He's gonna do something stupid. You see this coming. You can flash till the cows come home, but you gotta pass. I'm not letting you by. I have no requirements to. Sorry if you've never watched my stream before. If you hear me getting sassy, that's just my normal. I'm just gonna let him go because he's gonna do something stupid if I don't.
Clear on the right.
I did not want to do that, but it was kind of like, what's my lesser of two evils? And if he's flashing and getting that close, he's gonna try something stupid. And I don't really want to be involved in it. Problem is it lost us a ton of time for the car ahead, but oh well. We're just gonna drive our laps and enjoy it. Because I do really like driving this track. Except when I take the wrong gear out of that corner. Then I don't. Ooh, that was very, very close. Oh boy.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Go past me. The lap was compromised anyways, but hey ho, we did not get collected by that car in P19. That was the car in P19. Jeez Louise, man. The 501. Just gotta start finish line. Trying to see where the next car ahead for position was, and they just crossed the start finish line. So I'm gonna go with we're gonna finish P17 and be really proud of that. Honestly, I'm gonna say we finished and be really proud of that. But I started before I got cut off by the back marker, who then put himself in the wall. If you hear me getting sassy, it's just me chattering with the drivers. And if you were to drive with me in a car in real life, you'd hear the exact same thing. I'm a little sassy and a little sarcastic in the car and in life. Ooh, we got P1 coming up ahead. Coming up behind, that's gonna be fun going up the mountain. The good news is P1 has a big gap to P2, so
Faster car approaching.
hopefully he won't be too much of a crazy driver, and we'll just wait until we get to the end of this combo before we try to go past.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
See, that's how that works. And yes, I lost a little bit, but... Oh, that back marker's back. Got himself turned around quite quickly, I have to say. But it's probably going to be carrying quite a ton of damage, I would suspect. I'd like to get some timing intervals. Come 2 laps to the other car, but I don't know how far away P18 is. It's okay. I hate when that delta flashes like a Christmas tree. I'm waiting to see what this guy is gonna do. Don't even think about it, bud. Don't be stupid. I don't get what this guy's deal is.
Car on the left. Clear
What
on the
a
left.
douchebag. I'm being petty. Pardon me. Because he's really starting to annoy me. So. My apologies. I'm not normally that petty, but... You know, he's 5 laps down. And there's no need to get that aggressive. He has the pace. He can safely do it at the straight. I have no issues with him wanting to unlap himself. My issue is with the aggressive driving to accomplish it. There's no need for it. Ooh, don't loop the wall. We did that again. These tires are starting to go. Going back a little bit on the brake bias. Alright, they're a minute behind me. At least the tires are still hanging on. Sort of. She says as she outbrakes herself. That's okay. 10 more minutes. We got this. Thanks to everybody who's still watching. Sorry I can't see nor reply to chat right now. I'll take a look at it all once the race is over. And I promise the rest of the rounds will be more fun because there will be other people here. So you'll get to hear banter and maybe some random facts depending on which track we're at. Come on, Delta, stay where you are. Oof, it's gotten colder. I'm glad we put the extra on the tires. We should be good on fuel. I think we also still have to do the in-lap. A little too shallow there. Another lonely race again. Though to be fair, it was bound to be when there's only 19 cars on. Oops. Dang it. Not quite how we envisioned that, but that's okay. Cannot be hard on myself here, because I was taking on a bit of a bigger task than expected to be, so I'm just happy that, knock on wood, the car has stayed in one-ish pieces. And we're not last, which is lovely. And we will get points, and with all the cars that retired, they will not be getting points, so that may help us in the overall standings, which would be lovely. I can't see them, but I hope that Denise and Evan are still doing well. Alright, under 7 minutes. Let's get it. We should have enough fuel left, which is good. We're behind the leader. They haven't lapped us, which is also good, because hopefully that means we won't have to do the extra lap. Although I did fuel up for that. I'm just shocked at how many retirements we've had. I wonder if the other splits are this bad. I'm also shocked that I haven't really seen a lot of penalties. But I've also been paying attention to the road way more than I normally would be if I was able to spot and see things up the side of my head, but that was almost a boop. And that lovely gain we just made is all gone. Well done, Marin. Oh well, 5 minutes. Shameful trail braking on my part today. Nope. Oh, that's not cool. Ooh, we got flashing headlights. Nope. Stay. Get on the track. There we go. Oopsies. Oh, it's only 37 seconds of damage. The only thing that freaks me out about it is P18. I'd like to hold the points that I had fought for so long.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Go, go, go,
Car
go,
on the
go.
left. Clear on the left.
Go, 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 go. You too. Go, go, go.
The faster car is approaching.
My car is shot, mate, so... Now we just have to survive the next 3 minutes and 27 seconds, basically. Not good. Good news is P19 is still 2 laps down, so we will continue to hold our position as long as we don't lose it to P1 or P18. 35 seconds. All right. We lost a lot of time with that spin, along with the damage, but all we can do is keep on driving. And we got P3.
Watch out.
Come on, P3, are you gonna give you the slip, but you are not taking the slip, so, and you're not close enough, so. No, go. For goodness
Car on
sakes.
the left. Clear on the left.
How hard is it? I truly don't understand. And through the sky. That was a very bad spike. Apparently I don't want to keep the car in one piece today. I think I'm still on the lead lap with the leader. I hope. Because I would really love it if the next lap was my last lap. Just for the health and safety of my car and my stress levels.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
That should mean that this is my last lap. Like, not what I'm currently on, but the next one should be my last lap. $27. Okay. Just gotta keep it together. I don't know why my ping is so crazy.
Approaching. Watch out.
I'm not sure where the fast car approaching is, unless there's an invisible car. Yep, this will be my last lap. Keep it on the track, keep it on the track. It's not true, they're not 3 laps, but as long as they're far enough behind that we'll keep our P17, I will be a happy camper. This has been a grind. But we survived it. Sort of, kind of. And hey, it's guaranteed points. If I remember the points system correctly, I think we'll get 4 points. I think. Which, honestly, every little helps, frankly. Okay, I'm concerned that there's a car that's apparently 5 tenths and I can't even see him and I didn't get a blue
Car
flag.
on the right. Benito has finished the race. Clear on the right.
We're just gonna do that to let them out of the way. We should be okay. It's gonna be close, I'm gonna have to put the hammer down, but we should be okay. Because I see P18, but we should be able to still be. Thank goodness this is all we've got left, because I don't have enough fuel left to do any more. I also have some stupid little like fruit fly flying in my face, which is really fun and not distracting at all. Fireworks. Hey, we didn't finish last! We didn't finish second last! Woohoo! We survived the war of attrition, friends. Holy diners. Do something slightly dangerous, but we're gonna try anyways. I can't really see fast enough without hitting something. I want to see where Denise and Evan finished. There's P4 behind us. Congratulations, P4. Whew. Well, that's me toast. My goodness, there was only one penalty. How is that for real? There's no way that's real. They only had one penalty out in 90 minutes? I just can't. I can't figure that out. That makes zero sense to me. Where'd they finish? 10th. Ah, yes, Denise and Evan. Well done on a P10 finish. We're gonna go report the other car. We gotta go look at our replay really quickly. Because we only have 30 minutes to submit any penalties. Also, if you hit a car here, it is an actual collision. And so you can get in big trouble and get a penalty. Let's say, for example, the car ahead was a car that I had an issue with. There's every chance that I could, if I like rammed into them, I could get myself a little penalty. So, really don't want that to happen. So we're just gonna very gently and smoothly get ourselves back in the pits. There we go, and now we can return to garage. Alright, before all this goes away, let's just grab... I know my times weren't great because we had damage, but it's still good to have it, regardless. And we'll go see what the tire damage was. Oof. That's not cute. And then we had to 20... I thought we had 26. Oh no, because I used that one. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Alright, let's go look at this little replay for a second and just see if we can see lap 18. Yes, we can. 18. It's the 269. Let's go on his chase camera. So I'd just like to see this and see if we've got enough to put in a penalty. Ooh, that might look more like I turned in. Let's just see. Okay, so I'm on the line, I'm on the line. Did I shut the door too much, do we think? I might have done. Oh well. Good news is it's over and done with. We got P17. We'll take that to the bank. I'm still shocked that there's only been one incident. Honestly, like, it's baffling me. But oh well. Good news is it's done. We survived it. Hallelujah. Oh, look at all the friends watching. What up, Dan? Thanks for watching. Oh, and Celine. And Alice and Tom. Tom, where did you guys finish? Tom. P7, nice work. Also, congratulations on just surviving. We all managed to survive, so I'm very, very happy about that. Correct use of Yahoo, by the way, Dad. Thanks so much, everybody. I'm very happy we survived that. And didn't finish last. Didn't cause any collisions, so that's a perk. We like that. Yeah. I'm alright with that. I mean, I'm sorry to our livery designer for my sad little crash that made the livery not look quite as spectacular as it did when it started, but hey ho. I have to go back though and look at the beginning because it was just bananas. We're gonna, if we're allowed to leave, yes, we can leave. We're gonna leave just so that we can go look at the replay because I want to see the start. Because the start was bananas. My car control. Oh dear. My safety went up though, so I'll take that, but my car control, yikes. Okay. This should be the start. Oh, no worries, Dan. I'm glad you're able to catch a little bit of it. It really was a race of attrition. What you missed was we started with 28 cars and finished with 19. So there were quite a number of retirements throughout. I had a shameful start to my race, so we'll watch it anyways, but it was shameful. So yeah, it was a full-on race of attrition, like just survive, and I knew I was getting a 15-second penalty anyways because I was driving solo, so I had to be really careful and not take on any extra pit stops if I could avoid it. So I carried 14 seconds of damage for most of the first stint, which sucked, but we do what we gotta do. And then I was able to find some pace again in the second, so this is what I want to see, because it just got ridiculous up here. I was like, okay, we're cool. No, we're not. Let's go figure out who was having a party up here. Good heavens. This is amazing. I love this. All right. Okay, so that car had a little bit of a turn in. Cut across, hit them and them. And then got turned around. He hit. Let's go a couple cars back. He hit him. He hit him. He hit him. He spun. I'm trying to keep up with all of this and it's just... Oh my good gracious. This is hilarious. It's more fun to watch. No, she's fine. I'm back. I don't know what just happened there and why it buffered. It might have been it was trying to load too much with the 1700 cars. Let's just say it's a bloodbath, and I'll clip it and post it later on, I'm sure. But the good news is we made it through that nastiness. I think my computer was trying to load too much, and that's why it... So I managed to get around, which was good. We got really lucky there. That definitely helped. Gained us quite a few places, and then we got collected, which didn't help. Wasn't fun to get collected, but hey ho. It's a fun track, cousin. Next time ACC goes on sale, you need to get it, and then we need to get you a wheel. That's the other thing we need to do. Here we go. Couldn't have avoided that one if I tried. Whoopsies. Never found out how he turned out. Let's go have a little fun and see what kind of damage he had. Sorry, Mark Cox, but... Oh, a fellow Canadian. Whoopsies. It's never good to hurt another Canadian, but I kind of did. Oops. That doesn't look great. Sorry. Yeah, that one, my finest hour, but again, that's the problem is the Lambo gets a little slidey, and if you can't catch the Lambo, then boom. That is what's bound to happen. So we did what we could. That livery looks really great, though, I do have to say. It's a real shame because I was up to P20 before that happened. Up to P18, and then it happened, and then all of this was sorting itself out. So we were P23. And then we had a couple of long laps because it's fun to drive with the damage, but we survived, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's the problem is those Lambos are so slidey. And if he was carrying any damage at all from a previous collision, then that just makes the car so unsteady on corners like that are those sweeping corners. And if you get, I know this because I've done it before, you get a little too greedy on the throttle while you're a little too greedy on the steering lock, and it's a free field trip to the wall. I'm just still baffled how we only had one reported incident. That just blows my mind. I cannot figure it out. I think there's a lot of people submitting posts, but it just, yeah, it's crazy to me. A 90-minute race with one incident? I think they must have just ignored the lap 1 stuff and just made it a racing incident, no further action situation, but oh well. That's that. So that finishes round 3, which is awesome. Now we got a little bit of a longer break because like normally we've been doing this every other week, but in 2 weeks from now, SimGrid is doing their qualifying for the next round of the World Cup. So all their servers and stewards and staff are very, very busy. So we get an extra week off-ish to practice. So round 4, we're already halfway through the season, that's crazy. Round 4 is Thursday, August the 26th. Same bat time, same bat channel. Only this time we will be at the Nürburgring. Yes, nothing like 30-odd cars going up the Schumacher S's with apparently nothing to lose. It'll be fun. We'll survive. We're gonna do great. Looking forward to getting back in the car again in a few weeks, but I'm gonna wrap this up for now. because frankly, I love y'all, but I need a nap. This was a lot. So thank you so much for watching and commenting and cheering and everything. I really appreciate it, and we'll do this again in a couple of weeks. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whatever time it is wherever you are. Bye.